everybody, and today we are here with the new game, Imhotep, and I don't know why we are doing this in the morning.
Yes, today we are going to tell you why you should play Imhotep, the builder of Egypt. Now, as you know, Imhotep, or you may not know, Imhotep was one of the most famous kings of Egypt who built the first pyramid in Egypt and started a tradition of building grand buildings in Egypt. So this game, we you can say are the architects for Imhotep, and all of us, it can play up to from 2 to 4 players, and all of us are trying to impress Imhotep as being the best builder in town and earn his favor. So let's get to the game and then I will explain how it works. The game board is made of these 5 separate parts. They're double-sided and the both sides actually give some variance. So you can mix and match which side you want to play. The concept of the game is that we are the builders, and across the river Nile, which is here, we have some boats, and we have the quarries where we are going to get our stones from. So from one side of the river Nile, we will load up the stones, bring to the different buildings, structures which are under construction, and we will be building those. And as we build those, the different builders are going to get that many points accordingly, right? One of the actions that I can do on my turn is decide to load the stone on one of the boats available. How you decide that which boats are going to be available is based on these cards. And these will be the 6 rounds over which we will play. Every time you will flip one card, and that is going to tell you which boats are available in this round. On my turn, one of the actions that I can do is from my sled where next to the quarry, I can pick up a stone and put it on one of these boats that I'm going to load. And where you place this stone is very important, which we will come to later. Now, even though we are trying to decide where to put based on where we want to go, but you can never be really sure where this boat might end up with, because you might be planning that I want to send this boat to, let's say, the pyramids, but on some other's player turn, he has the chance that he can move a boat as well, and he might decide that he's going to move the boat to some other place. So let me, for example, place one more stone here. These do not belong to any particular player. The second action that a player can do on his turn other than loading the boat is deciding that where the boat goes. So for example, I can decide that I'm going to take this boat to the pyramid. So there are these notches which tell that once a boat has actually stepped here within this round, now no other boat can go here. This boat will remain here in place. Now, the order was important because based on the order of the loading of the stones from front side, the unloading will begin. So as it becomes unloaded, that decides where it goes on the player board here. So for example, the first stone will go in the first column, then the next stone in the next column, and then the next stone in the next column. So it's very important to decide, because based on that, you are going to get different level of points. So in this case, for pyramid, you get scores immediately. So my block came on space 2 and 3, whereas Ishal's stone came on space 1. So immediately I get 5 points, whereas Ishal gets 1 point. And that's why the order of the stones matter a lot. Okay, on any later turn, the last action I can, well, not the last, the third action that I can do on my turn is restock. So from the quarry, I can pick up 3 stones and put it on my sled for a future turn. And let's go to the next areas and I will explain how each of those areas work. The temple. So for a temple, how it works is, again, you fill from left to right, top to bottom. So at the end of the round, when is the round finished? When all the boats have reached their destination, the round ends immediately. So what you're going to look is from the top which cube, color or stone is visible, and that many points you're going to get. So in this case, two of Ishal's cube are visible and one of my cube is visible, so I will get only 1 point and Ishal will get 2 points. This is just the score tracker. For burial chamber, you don't get scores until the end of the game. So if we had a combination like this, then what's going to happen is there is a chart given here, how many connected cubes you have and how many points you will get. So in my case, I have connected 3 cubes. So for 3 cubes, I'm going to get 6 points. Whereas Ishal was able to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 connected cubes. So for 5 cubes, she will get exponentially high 15 points. Whereas my this cube is left alone, so for 1 cube, I get 1 point. So you have to try to manage that how you make the combined combination, and then accordingly, you're going to get the points. The last scoring one is obelisk. So for obelisk, every player has his own dedicated spot, so you don't have to fight for it, but what you're going to try to fight for is the highest obelisk that you can make. So the in two-player case, since I have the highest obelisk, so I will get 10 points, whereas the second player, which is Ishal, got 1 point. At the end, you might have something like this. You will have your pyramids, your temple, your burial chamber, and obelisk of different levels. The last thing I have not explained is the marketplace. Now, the marketplace adds a little bit variety to your standard items. So the green ones are some decorations for any of these already. So these give you additional points. So for example, this one says at the end of the game, earn 1 point for 3 stones in the burial chamber. In case you decide to take your boat there, again, the sequence on the boat matters. So if this boat was taken by anyone, the first player gets to pay 1 stone to pick a card from here. Then the second player goes and he gets to pick a card of his choice. So he might take the purple ones. The purple ones are additional smaller statues that you can build. So the more statues you build, the higher point count you're going to get. So this just directly gives you points. The blue ones give you some kind of special actions for later on.
Like extra blocks.
Like extra blocks. So there is a whole lot of these. Each round, you're going to throw away any of the unused, any of the cards which no one picked, and then you're going to refill the market with new cards. A lot of cards are here. The red ones are instantaneous actions. So if you take a red one, you instantly place 1 stone from your curie. You don't have to load the boat. You don't have to bring it anywhere. You instantly place 1 stone from your curie to any of the location on the board. So it's a very powerful action as well. At the end of 6th round, once 6 times the boats have gone to the market, to the building locations, the game ends. You see who is farthest on the scoreboard, and accordingly the winner is decided. Okay, Shah. So tell, what do you like about the game?
What I like about the game is that when you build more and more, it looks really pretty.
Yes, it does look very pretty because the rules for building any of these are different every time, are different. So one might look like a pyramid, one looks like again a building, a temple, one is a flat horizontal area, and one is the vertical columns or obelisk that you are building. And what I like about the game is 2 things. These chunky blocks, these are not your small cubes that you find in other Euro games. These are really chunky cubes, so it's really fun to handle them. It's very tactile.
Just do this. This is the most fun thing.
Yeah, it's very satisfying to actually load the boats. The other thing, just shipping these boats and how they fit, I know it's a very small thing, but it's really fun to move the boat and then land them in the notches. Yes?
Yes.
Yes. Again, small things but they add a real fun to the game. I don't know how to describe that satisfaction, but it's really satisfying to fit the boat in these notches and that you have landed here and now you are moving your cubes. Now, there is a take that element in this game that you will have some conflict with other players, and I always like that in the games. The games which let you do pure Euro stuff where nobody is disturbing anyone else, I'm not in a favor of that game because the social interaction is the part which makes these board games fun. So it's very fun that someone has, for example, loaded their boat and I'm planning that I will take it to the pyramids, and someone else actually moves your boat to in a useless location where you didn't want it. Again, that's how you play. Imhotep comes with very simple components, a beautiful box, even the insert is beautiful, and a beautiful production. Very simple, very quick, and easy to play. Uh, Someone can understand very quickly and play. And again, for variety, you can of course go to the other side. So, what score will you give it?
9 out of 10 only because of the sabotage.
9 out of 10 for Ishal. 1 point she deducted because he doesn't like that part that when someone else takes your boat or you plan to fill all the boat with your cubes and someone else puts their cubes on your boat.
Like literally, the last time we were playing this game to test it out, Baba just kept on hoarding. This man kept on hoarding my boats, and I was like, please don't do it.
Well, because that's one of the things that you will always be doing because you will try to put your cubes on someone else's boat because wherever they will take the boat, you might get some points as well. So it's a good thing as well. But it might not work in your favor as well based on where the boat ends up. So that's Imhotep, a really nice game, good chunky components, even though very simple and good to play. My rating 7 out of 10 because of a little bit more simplicity, a little bit more variety or complexity could have been implemented in the game, but still a very good family weight game which anyone can enjoy. Okay, thank you. Happy gaming.
Happy gaming!